Hey guys, Gypsy Wolf. Thank you so much for joining me on my little witches or older witches, whatever. Alright, so I'm very excited because I'm doing another Herbal 101 today. And it's for an herb that is so easily accessible. Everybody's got it in their kitchen, whether you're young, old, whatever, what have you. And I think you're really going to enjoy it. So this video is all about cinnamon and the medicinal and magical properties. I'm only going to go over brief medicinal properties, the ones that have been scientifically proven, and I'm going to keep that quick, and then I'll dive into the magical properties, okay? So again, my name is Gypsy Wolf. Everything on this channel has to do with witchcraft. So I teach you about spells, herbs, obviously, oils, powders, things like that. So I'm really excited to show you this. So if you're new to my channel and you want to learn more about these things, I would really encourage you to hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell, because it would mean an awful lot to me. And for all my returning subscribers, you guys all rock. As always, I love all of you. You're so great. Don't mind my wobbly chair making noise, sorry. Okay, so let us go into, well, first let me show you. You know what? That's what I'll do. First, I'll show you. We have our powdered cinnamon, which is used for certain types of magic and certain types of medicinal properties. And then you also have your stick cinnamon, and those can be used for different ways as well. All right, and each you can buy at the dollar store, so it's super cheap, super easy to find, so there should be no reason you can't get your hands on it. Okay, all right, so I like to take my notes because I know I will forget at least something, because I have so much knowledge in my brain and it just goes round and round, and I want to write it down so I don't forget anything. So let us start today with the medicinal properties of cinnamon. Now, many modern herbalists recommend cinnamon to relieve nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and indigestion. Those are the main reasons it is used in modern, herbal medicine. It's also great for infections. So I don't know if you've noticed, but it is often included in a lot of different dental products, and there's a reason for that, not the taste. It kills decay and disease-causing bacteria, fungi, viruses, and also for this reason, sprinkling a little bit of powdered cinnamon on a minor cut and or scrape after it's been thoroughly washed can really help. Now, do not, under any circumstance, put the oil of cinnamon on a cut or a scrape or on your skin or ingest it. Never, 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 never. Okay, if you ingest it, it's bad. You'll probably get, you'll vomit, all kinds of bad stomach problems. And if you put it on your skin, it's a major skin irritant. So depending on how sensitive your skin is, you could get hives, it could just turn bright red, you could get bad eczema in that spot. Just don't mess with cinnamon oil unless it's in your witchcraft, okay? All right, just gonna leave it there. Now, as I said, you can sprinkle it on a little minor cut or scrape because of the ways that it can kill bacteria, but it also contains an anesthetic oil called eugenol. Pretty sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. 99.9% sure I am. And this can help relieve pain. It depends on the person. Everybody's different, okay? But it can help. But it's good for kids, if you don't want to put all kinds of stuff on them. All right, so again, great for digestive problems, and one of the digestive problems it's really good for is breaking down fatty foods that we love so much. like ice cream, cakes, cookies, pizza, things like that. Things that, we all love. But it's not good for us, but we still indulge a lot of the time or some of the time. And this will help with that. It's also great with lowering cholesterol, bad cholesterol levels. So that's one reason I like to put it in some tea. I'm working with that right now because it's hereditary for me. And then the last one is diabetes. Cinnamon reduces blood sugar, believe it or not. It can reduce it up to 20% if you take it up to about, if you've taken it for about a month. Now, if you do want to take this, now I am not a doctor, so make sure you speak with a doctor or, someone that's well-versed in this, that knows what they're really doing. I mean, I do, but go to a doctor for this. You want to steep 1.5 to 3/4 teaspoons of the powdered cinnamon, to boiling water. And you let it steep for 10 to 20 minutes, okay? And then you strain it. I mean, I would, because I don't like those little bits in my tea. But if you don't care, then you don't have to strain it. And you can drink up to 3 cups per day. But work your way up, okay? So if I were you, depending on your weight, things like that, start with 1/2 cup to a full cup, okay? And see how your body reacts to it after a couple of days and go from there. All right, but what we're probably really here for is the magical properties. All right, so I always like to go into the basics here so you can write it in your book, Shadows. So the gender of cinnamon is masculine. The planet that it represents is the sun, and the element it represents is fire. So think about what a powerhouse this herb is. Oh, it really is. It just adds such a punch. Okay, and this actually shocked me when I found out what deities that it represents. It's Venus and Aphrodite, believe it or not. But if you work with either of those deities, this would be a good offering for them. Now, the basic uses, powers for it would be spirituality, money, success, lust, protection, love. Okay? All right, now, before I go into too much, I like to give a little bit of lore just so you guys know how far back this goes and how powerful it truly is. So, cinnamon oil was used as part of a holy anointing oil by the ancient Hebrews. I don't know a whole lot about that, but I'm sure you could look that up online and get a lot more information. But I thought that was really interesting. What I think is really cool is the leaves of the cinnamon tree were woven into wreaths. I'm guessing like head wreaths or, the wreaths that you see on doors, which were used to decorate the ancient Roman temples. And it was for protection. I think that's beautiful. And I'm sure it smelled lovely as well. And it goes all the way back to the ancient Egyptians, and they used it in their mummification process. So I thought that was really cool. All right, so let's go into the uses, okay? How you can use this easily obtainable herb, okay? You can burn it on one of those little charcoal discs, and one of the reasons you would want to do that is because it raises your spiritual vibration. So if you're feeling down and out and you need to raise your spiritual vibration for like a love spell or something positive, burn some cinnamon, okay? That's a great way to do that. One of the main reasons most witches use cinnamon is to draw in money. It's a wonderful prosperity, money attracting herb. And it produces also a very protective vibration. So I really like using it like in herbal mixtures that I've made and burned if I'm doing some type of magical working and I don't want any negative spirits coming in. I want to make sure that they stay out of my space. So that's another great way to use it, or just use it by itself. And you can also use it in sachet bags the same way. So maybe, you're not having good dreams, maybe you're having nightmares, whatever. You could put some in a sachet bag and place it under your pillow. Just a thought, okay? But again, like I said, it's great for money magic. So one way that you can use this very simply is taking a green candle and dressing it with cinnamon oil or the powder, and you inscribe your name on the candle, okay? Write your petition, okay? Let's say you need an extra, $300 that month to pay your bills. So on your petition, you would write, I have, an extra $300 in my bank account right now. Okay, and that would be your petition. You want to write it in the present tense. You have to, okay? And you would put that under your green candle that has been dressed in the cinnamon oil. You can add peppermint. That's also a really great herb for money. Maybe that's why it slipped out of my mouth. So you could do that. It's great in lust and love mojo bags. I mean, just wonderful. It brings speed and just these amplified feelings that I really like to use in my potions and things like that for lust and love. And I guess the last thing I could say is, if you need to bring extra speed to a spell, you can add cinnamon. No matter what the goal is, you can add cinnamon because it adds speed. So let's say you did a spell and it's not manifesting. And I don't mean it's only been a week, okay? I mean it's been a couple of months and you see zero movement. Like nothing's going on. That's when you can go back to that spell and maybe add cinnamon to what other herbs that you added and recast the spell and see if that gives it a little bit of an oomph, because it normally will. You can use ginger for that as well, but I think cinnamon is a little bit better for that, especially if it has to do with love, a loved one, lust, having somebody communicate with you, things like that. So that is my information on cinnamon. I mean, I guess the most basic way you could use it, if you have to be very, in the witchy closet, but even this might not be in the witchy closet depending on where you live, you can take a pot of boiling water on your stove and take some cinnamon sticks, drop them in there, turn the burner off, and let that scent permeate your home, and the energies will also permeate your home. It's also great, you can add, things like, orange slices, things like that. It makes it smell good. So you can just tell people, oh, I was just trying to make the house smell nice. And that's all you have to say. All right, guys, if you have any questions at all, please let me know. I can show you very basic spells that use maybe a candle and some cinnamon, and that's it, if you want to see that. But I wanted to try to keep this video as short as possible. And like I said, if you have any questions, please leave them down below, and I would be happy to answer. And if you want to email me for personal work, or if you have private questions, feel free to email me at magicalgypsywolf@gmail.com. Again, that's magicalgypsywolf@gmail.com. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I cannot wait to see you again. Have a great week.